Coming up at 4:30, we're learning more about a plan to turn an old coal prep plant into a lithium battery plant. Plus, how former coal town is looking to use its mountains and history to boost tourism numbers.
Plus, we are tracking some wet weather as we close out the work week. Those details on the way as Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
As the coal industry both changes and diminishes, state officials are working to bring new opportunities to the region. WYMT's Madison Carmouche has more on one example from Knott County.
Many Knott County community members brought their concerns about a new Kentucky Lithium battery plant to the Knott County Courthouse to talk to Kentucky Lithium about possible environmental concerns. The project will allot $150 million to turn the old coal prep plant site at Bates Branch into a lithium battery plant.
Traditionally, mining coal was what we've all worked in, and anyone willing to mine coal knows the strain to the physical body and stuff. So processing lithium will be somewhat of what we would call a cakewalk. So we feel that bringing the lithium processing plant to Knott County is of huge value for the investors.
Officials with Kentucky Lithium say that the work ethic of Eastern Kentuckians is what made them want to bring the project to the region. In Knott County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
We will have more from that public meeting and what community members' biggest concerns are tonight at 6. Tourism has been one of Eastern Kentucky's heaviest focuses since the decline of the coal industry, and one former coal town is hoping to use its mountains and history to hike tourism numbers in the years to come. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more on that from Wheelwright City Hall.
A city council member is proposing new plans to boost adventure tourism, hoping to bring more wheels through Wheelwright. City Commissioner Michael Tackett says Wheelwright has been stuck in the past for far too long, and it is time to drive toward progress. So he is suggesting the city develop a campground area to begin the first phases of an ATV trail, using a vacant 60-acre space on the mountain and money brought in by the Southeast State Correctional Complex.
Everything's moving away from us in Wheelwright. We just keep one. After the coal boom and inland steel pulled out, we just keep one down. And we really need to develop something of our own.
Community members can hear more about those plans at tonight's City Council meeting, which kicks off at 5 p.m. here at City Hall. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Though this will be the first time the plan is presented in front of the City Council, Tackett says he's received support from many people already, and county officials say they also support the efforts. We'll have more about those plans coming up tonight at 6. We want to remind you again about our NCAA tournament bracket contest. Basketball Mayhem is back this year. Scan the QR code on your screen and submit your bracket for a chance to win an iPad sponsored by Appalachian Wireless, a big screen TV, and a Food City gift card. You can submit your bracket up until 15 minutes before the first tournament game tomorrow. So you're running out of time. For contest rules and more, visit WYMT.com.
We are tracking some dry, mild, and windy weather across the region on this Wednesday. Some people gusting to nearly 30 miles per hour at this hour. Let's take a live look at those wind gusts, and you can see gusting to 29 for London, also in Moorhead, gusting to 41 over in Lexington. So we stay breezy as we go into this evening as well. A live look across the region, a few peaks of sunshine from Pikeville, also from Moorhead, more overcast from WYMT, also at Buffalo Mountain. So we are tracking some not too bad weather as we go into this evening. Those current temperatures are close to or above average in some areas. We should be close to 60, sitting at 60 in Pikeville, also 61 for Jackson, 65 in London, and 68 over in Pulaski County for Somerset at this hour. Up on the radar, we are tracking some dry weather, but notice as we zoom out, we are watching out for this, a cold front, and that will continue pushing off to the south. That could possibly spark a stray sprinkle or two, but for most of us, we stay dry as we go into this evening. The bigger story, we are much cooler once that system passes, and most of us wake up below freezing once again by Thursday morning. More dry weather tomorrow, but rain chances are back to close out the work week. Those details coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Two of Hunter Biden's former business partners testified before the House Oversight Committee as part of the GOP's impeachment probe of President Joe Biden. The president's son declined an invite to the hearing after testifying behind closed doors last month. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says the impeachment inquiry against the president has reached the point of possible criminal referrals.
There are only two explanations for this. The first is that Joe Biden knows exactly what he's doing, or Joe Biden is being led around by his family and has no idea who he's meeting with or what message he is sending, and is truly an elderly man with a poor memory. There's no other explanation.
The White House has called the inquiry a, quote, charade. The Marine veteran accused of killing a homeless street artist on a New York subway will stand trial on manslaughter charges. Daniel Penny held 30-year-old Jordan Neely in a chokehold last May after Neely entered a New York subway car and began shouting at passengers. Neely died soon after, and the medical examiner ruled his death a homicide. The trial is set to start on October 8th. Crime rates in the U.S. are going down. That's according to a new report from the FBI. The new data is from approximately 13,000 law enforcement agencies that police more than 80% of the U.S. The FBI says crime declined significantly in the fourth quarter of last year in almost every category, including murder, violent crime, and property crime. The drop continues a downward trend since the pandemic. The FBI will release its final data on 2023 crime in October. A new report offers insight into the struggle that the 7 million Americans living with Alzheimer's and their caregivers are facing. The Alzheimer's Association says caregivers are facing increasing stress. The top 5 stressors are cost, coordinating with multiple doctors, securing appointments, getting help, taking a break, and finding appropriate doctors.
You don't have to face this disease alone. The Alzheimer's Association has a 24/7 helpline that could answer your questions, connect you to resources.
The report also finds that 60% of healthcare workers say the healthcare system is not effectively helping patients and their caregivers manage dementia care. New developments are fueling even more speculation about the health of Britain's Princess Kate. She has not been seen for months, with Kensington Palace saying she's been recovering from abdominal surgery. Then new video of the princess and Prince William emerged just this week. Overnight, we learned that at least one person tried to access Kate's medical records at a London clinic where she underwent surgery.
Thoughts on the Kate Middleton drama?
I feel sorry for her, and to be fair, I think people should leave her alone.
We need to respect that she's a human being.
Do you guys care about the drama?
There isn't a drama.
Kensington Palace maintains Kate will be back to work after Easter. Coming up on First at 4, lower inflation could be on the way. We'll share the latest decisions and predictions from the Federal Reserve.
Plus, we are back below freezing tonight thanks to this cold front. Those details after this break.